Hey everybody, welcome to our first video in our series Nutrition, the Main Ingredient. We're going to break it down into different parts. The first section is going to be staples of the kitchen, and we're going to focus on our spices and the equipment that we keep in our kitchen that we use on a daily basis. We're going to have Scott go over the spices, we're going to go over the equipment, and then we're going to give you a quick tip on a shake that we make either on a quick run or post-workout. So I'm going to let Scott go ahead and talk about our spices.
Okay, so we eat a lot of food, like a lot of you folks, so we like to make sure it tastes great. So one of the things we've had to do is really put together a great list of spices and things that we add to our foods. And sort of the key to that is what we use is no salt. We cut all our salt out to the best of our ability, so we're not putting any added salt in our food, and we use this no salt substitute. We also use a lot of black pepper. Additionally, one of the main ingredients in a lot of our foods is this is the Tony's. We use the salt-free version of it. You've all used seen the green can. We love this. We love this salt-free version. We put it in almost everything. And one of the things we've been lucky enough to do is work with our friend Gayla, who has a friend, Matt Potter, who Simply Texas Gourmet Foods is a spice making company, and we worked with him for about 2 months and came up with a bunch of these salt-free, sugar-free rubs that we use on all our poultry, and they're amazing. We'll give you his information on our website. Keeping a good salt-free chili powder around. There are a variety of those available. This Adams is Denise's favorite. Onion powder, garlic powder to add to your ground meats when you're sauteing those. And then we just grab these Mrs. Dashes. You can get these whole varieties of different flavor, salt-free, mixtures. And we just like to throw those in, try them out. They're usually cheap. We grab them and just give them a shot and add them to different things we're making. Also, you want to keep around your good, healthy oils for cooking in. We use olive oil. We use grapeseed oil for our high heat cooking, a canola oil to spray in the pan spray for pancakes and what have you. We use Truvia as our sugar substitute. There are a variety of stevias and what have you can get. Having cinnamon around is amazing. And we always keep a good, simple whey formula around. And we use that in a lot of our baking that we make when we want something sweet.
And we'll go over protein powders specifically in another episode, but that is something that we cook with a lot, so we always have that on hand as a part of our spices and sweeteners that we use as well, okay? Scott's going to talk about the equipment that we keep in our kitchen.
So we have a food scale. Denise and I don't weigh out stuff every day, but we like to just check ourselves occasionally so we know how our eyeballs are. And so we'll throw something on the scale a couple times a week and just make sure we're getting in the 6 to 8 ounces of whatever protein it is we're working with. We just keep a simple toaster around because we eat a lot of Ezekiel bread for our carbohydrates. And then we use this small Ninja food processor or chopper. We make a lot of sauces, chop a lot of green peppers and onions that we throw in with our foods. So just having this around, we use it constantly, every day. And then a bullet blender of some kind. You can use bigger versions of these, bigger food processors, bigger blenders. We just like having these compact versions around. But if you're doing big batches, it's great to have the bigger gear around as well.
We will, on my website, we're going to put a complete listing of all the spices that we use, and it's denisebondfitness.com. We're also going to, in our next video, we're going to put out a grocery list, which will be on that website, and we're going to talk about staples of the kitchen in regards to the food that we keep on hand constantly, and so we'll be putting that list out as well. But I will put all of the spices in there. I'll put on how to contact Matt so that you can order your spices from him. I'll also put where we pick these up at, which grocery store for our local area that we get these at. So before we go, we want to leave a quick tip with you on one of our egg white protein shakes that we make. We either make this because we're in a hurry or we drink it as pre or post workout. I'm going to let Scott show you how to make it. It's super fast and it does serve as a complete meal. So we're going to go ahead and go into that real quick.
All right, so instead of making a protein shake like Denise and I used to do all the time, we got into the idea of using real food, making real food, and eating real food all the time. So instead of doing that protein shake, we use this new milk you've probably seen around, Fairlife. It's got 100% more protein, so 12 grams of protein in it. and less sugars and more calcium, and then we just use egg whites. So by the time you get a cup of each of these into your bullet blender, you've got about 37 grams of protein. For a complete meal, you can add a half cup of oats, giving you 20 grams of carbohydrate, complex carbohydrate in there. We use the quick oats. And then for flavor, if you don't need this, but we like to do it, is just throw in a heaping tablespoon of this sugar-free Nesquik.
Now, this macro breakdown is based off of what either one of us would drink. You make it based off of what yours is. If you don't know what your portion size should be in your macro breakdown, that is something that we can help you with. We can put a program together for you. I'm going to let Scott blend this real fast. So we're going to put a listing of all of our spices on my website. We're going to put the breakdown of this recipe on our website. It's DeniseBondFitness.com. And we hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.